It's been a while, guys. I have a Zelos here. This is the BlackTip 41 millimeter titanium. That is right. We have a titanium release from Zelos. We have a few different colorways. Thankfully, Elshin sent over the full loomed white dial one. I love full loomed watches. So this one, and I like titanium watches. So this one's definitely right up my alley. Big thanks to Zelos crew and Elshin for just constantly making great watches and then sharing them with me so I can share them with you. This is part of a launch right now. I know a lot of these Zelos, they'll sell out pretty dang quick. I think as the time I'm making this, not when I post it, I think it's like 7 days, 6 days away from a release. So I'm going to get this out as quick as I can, timely, so you guys can help, or I can help you make a better informed decision on your purchase. The short story of it is, these things are $500 on launch. It's kind of a no-brainer. It's a home run watch for sure. If you like Zelos or you like titanium 41 millimeter white dial looms, or there's like a really cool orange one or a blue one, if it looks good to you, then go ahead and trust your instinct on that. It is actually a good watch. Case size, I measure the width at 41 millimeter. The lug to lug is a 47.6 millimeter drilled lugs. That's helpful with changing out the bracelet or strap if you need to, and it also has quick release spring bars. So yeah, you're pretty much covered. The thickness, 13.4 millimeter with a double dome sapphire crystal AR coating on the underside. So nice and clean size there. 20 millimeter lug width, so you can put whatever strap that you desire on the watch, but the bracelet is fitted perfectly, and it is a really nice short H-link, meaning that the links are kind of short. And that's a good thing with H-link, because when you size H-link, you're taking off a little bit more than you think. I ended up taking off 2 links off from each side, and I still have plenty of room. So there's plenty of bracelet here for your wrist, whether it's smaller or larger wrist. This watch has got you covered. Bracelet does taper down to 18 millimeter. You have a fully milled clasp, just a simple double pusher there, and you can see there's no holes there for a micro adjust. Rather, we have an on-the-fly toolless micro adjust, push button, release inside, very easy to operate. And as far as I can tell, I can't get it to ratchet in, and I like that. That is my preference on this style, because I don't want it to ratchet in and tighten up like a handcuff. I do not know that from experience. I've just heard. So case back, very smooth, no sharp edges. Of course, we have that shark or whatever that is on the back. And these are numbered. This is number 1 of 300. So these will be, pretty much all of these Zelos watches are essentially limited edition in some shape or form, depending on how many number they are. But I do appreciate that they're actually numbered on the case back. The crown is 6.95 millimeter, just under 7 millimeter screw down, keeping the 200 meter water resist, also signed and loomed, as is the entire watch. The bezel, the dial, the applied markers and handset isn't, or it might be black loom, but it really doesn't show up. But it's a contrast thing, so it'll be clearly visible. Sized up for my wrist, it weighs 132 gram. Inside the watch is the Miyota 9015. 3-handed date complication, date at the 6 o'clock position, framed in date window. Let me try to zoom in right now on that, because that minute hand's going to quickly cover that. You can see all the indices are kind of like a black polish, and they are applied. And then that handset also matching, kind of like a squared off cathedral look to it. Has that little bit of decorative on that hour hand. And then also on those cardinal positions at the 3, 9, and 12. But really good finishing on this. Mostly brushed with a little bit of polished reliefs, which is pretty slick that they were able to do that on this titanium watch. Screw pin hardware, very easy to use. I sized it up, no problem. The screws were not difficult to pull out, but they yet felt very secure. 120 click bezel. I would say for a titanium bezel, besides obviously like the Tudor Pelly, that one is like ridiculously good for a 60 click. Oftentimes titanium bezels are difficult to get to like sound and feel good. This one feels decent. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's just good. I'm totally happy with that. Now let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can get a look at that. Very easy to put on wrist, very comfortable. It's a great size for most wrist size out there for sure. That 41 by just under 48, so 47.6. And then being pretty thin at 13.4, that works really well for me. Now, of course, we have to see the Lume. I'm going to give it a quick blast with my, I'm enjoying way too much new UV light. And I am going to turn off the studio light so we can see this beast. Yeah, it's epically bright. Almost a little too much for my camera to handle, but I think that is black Lume, if I'm not mistaken, because I can see a little bit of Lume out of that black, but it's more of, like I said, a contrast thing. You can clearly tell the time. You can clearly see it, no problem, up close, far away, whatever it takes. And it'll, like, it kind of even, I mean, legit, that's actually real life. I mean, it's glowing my hand. So, like, I could probably read something on a piece of paper with this thing. That's nuts. Well done, Zelos. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next vid.